Welcome to the deep dive. For any business really looking to grow, properly grow in 2025, getting seen online by the right people, oh, it's everything.
It really is.
And usually Google Ads springs to mind, right,
Mm-hmm.
for reaching people actively searching. But if you've ever tried managing it yourself,
Oh, yeah. It can get complicated.
vast.
Right,
It's
yeah.
overwhelming. All the settings, the constant changes.
Yeah.
It feels like a full-time job just keeping track.
Which is precisely why we're doing this deep dive today. We're looking into why partnering up with a professional Google Ads agency, well, it's become pretty much essential for real growth.
Okay.
That's right. It's about how that specialized know-how can just be a complete game changer. Think about an agency like Adway Creative. They've actually won awards specifically because they focus on delivering, actual results with Google Ads.
Right, they're specialists.
Exactly. They're not trying to do everything for everyone. Their thing is Google Ads management strategy. That's their focus. And their mission seems to be all about giving businesses like yours the data, the insights they need to actually grow.
So the big question we're digging into today is,
Yeah.
how does handing over your Google Ads to a dedicated agency really change things? Like, how does that boost your ROI and, get you in front of the right customers?
That's the core of it. Okay, let's unpack why this kind of partnership is so important.
Where do we start?
Let's kick off with the absolute foundation, expert campaign management and PPC strategies. With Google Ads changing so fast, especially looking at 2025, having a team that lives and breathes this stuff isn't just nice to have.
It's essential.
It's arguably the bedrock, yeah.
Yeah.
Agencies, like the one we mentioned, they have that deep, focused expertise. They're always watching, always adapting to the latest updates, sometimes even predicting what's coming next.
And it's more than just knowing the rules, right? It's about using the best tools, the latest methods. We hear a lot about AI these days.
Precisely. We're talking AI-driven campaign management, sophisticated PPC strategies, things that honestly weren't even really possible just a few years back.
So, like, what specifically?
Well, think about intent-focused keywords and search ads. A good agency knows how to pinpoint the exact terms your ideal customers are typing into Google right now.
So you're not wasting money on irrelevant clicks.
Exactly. Your ads show up for people who actually need what you offer. And then there's what we call full funnel optimization.
Full funnel.
Yeah, it's a holistic view. It recognizes that a great ad is just step one. The entire experience, from that first click all the way to what happens on your website, your landing page, it all has to be smooth, persuasive.
Okay, so it's the whole journey, not just the ad itself. And they slice and dice the audience too, right? Make sure the message fits.
Absolutely. Audience segmentation is key. Making sure the right message hits the right group of people, the ones most likely to actually convert. So yeah, maybe your in-house team gets the basics, but these agencies bring like a laser focus.
Which brings us to the bottom line for every business. ROI. Return on investment. Getting the most bang for your buck.
This is where that expertise really pays off, literally. A specialized agency, their main job is to maximize your return, to hit your business goals using strategies backed by solid data. And the numbers, well, they support this.
What are we seeing?
We're seeing stats suggesting advertisers using AI for bidding, for example, they get up to 20% higher conversion rates and better ROI overall compared to just doing it manually.
20%.
Right.
That's pretty significant. And doesn't Google itself say something about automation being effective?
They do. Google's own estimate is something like an 8-to-1 return for every dollar spent if you're using their automation tools effectively.
Wow, 8 times.
Yeah, it just shows the power of letting those smart algorithms optimize things. And, an experienced agency knows exactly how to set that up and manage it properly.
Which kind of flows into the next big advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Access to the advanced tools and tech. It sounds like AI isn't just a buzzword in Google Ads for 2025. It's like fundamental.
That's really becoming the case. Yeah. AI-powered bidding, automation, it's pretty much the standard now if you want top performance. Trying to bid manually, it's getting harder and harder to compete.
Why is that?
Because Google's smart bidding algorithms, they're crunching just enormous amounts of real-time data, way more signals than any person or even a team could possibly track and react to. Think about it. Device, location, time of day, search history.
It's like having the super smart analyst working 24/7 on your campaigns.
Exactly. And that tech advantage isn't just about bidding either. You mentioned AI earlier. It's getting into the creative side too.
Yeah, I heard something about that. AI helping write the ads.
It is. AI-driven creative optimization is a big thing now. Google's platform can actually generate different headlines, descriptions, even suggest images, all based on the info you give it.
So it helps you test things faster, find what works.
Massively faster. It allows for large-scale testing of ad combinations plus more personalization. So you end up showing the most effective message and visuals to each specific audience segment.
That sounds incredibly useful. Okay, what about these newer campaign types? Demand gen, performance max, where do they fit in?
Right. Those are the latest innovations, and a good agency will be all over them. Demand gen, which kind of grew out of the old discovery campaigns, well, it's showing really strong results.
To the results how?
Up to 58% higher return on ad spend compared to the old video action campaigns, apparently. Plus, its reach is huge across YouTube, Discover, Gmail, including YouTube Shorts now, too. And it gives you better creative options, better reporting.
Okay. And performance max, that sounds like it pulls everything together.
It basically does. PMax, as it's often called, aims to unify all of Google's channels, search, display, video, maps, shopping, everything, into one single campaign, all driven by Google's AI.
One campaign for everything.
Sort of. It optimizes across all those channels based on your goals. And they've added new features recently, like campaign-level negative keywords for more control and specific goals for acquiring new customers. An agency knows how to weave these powerful campaign types into your overall strategy.
So it's not just having the tools, it's knowing how and when to use them strategically.
God.
Okay, managing all this,
Yeah.
the learning curve, the strategy, the daily tweaks, wow, that takes serious time.
It absolutely does, and that's a massive, massive benefit of using an agency. You get your time back.
Huge.
They handle the burden of keeping up with Google's constant changes. Their team PPC experts, Google Ads consultants, they live in this world every single day, tracking updates, refining strategies. It frees you up to actually run your business.
And it's not just about tweaking bids and keywords anymore, is it? I keep hearing about the website itself being more important now for ads.
You're hearing right. That's a huge shift. Google's recent updates really emphasize the entire website experience. It's not enough to have great keywords and ads anymore. What happens after the click deeply impacts your ad quality, your ranking, your costs, everything.
People call it the landing page revolution. I've seen that phrase.
Yeah, that captures it pretty well.
So things like how fast the page loads, or if people leave right away, the bounce rate that affects your quality score, and even what you pay per click.
Directly, yeah. A slow site, confusing navigation, or content that doesn't match the ad, that all hurts you. It leads to higher costs, lost conversions. It doesn't matter how good your ad was if the landing page fails.
So what's the benchmark? Is there like an average conversion rate we should aim for?
Well, the data for 2025 suggests that campaigns with really relevant, user-friendly landing pages are seeing average conversion rates around 6.96%. But a bad landing page, that number can plummet and your costs go up because your quality score drops.
Okay, so what does a good agency do about the landing page? They don't rebuild your whole website, do they?
Not necessarily rebuild, but they definitely focus on optimizing that user journey. They'll look at simplifying navigation, making sure the page content perfectly matches the ad promise and the keywords.
Right, message match.
Exactly. Improving page speed is huge. That's a big ranking factor for Google now. Reducing distractions, making the call to action really clear, adding trust signals like reviews or guarantees.
So they audit it, test things.
Absolutely. Audits, A/B testing variations, constantly refining those pages to make sure they don't just get clicks, they actually get conversions.
Okay, so we've got the deep expertise, the potential for much better ROI, the access to cutting-edge AI and tools, and saving a ton of time, plus making sure the website experience backs it all up. But let's see it in action. Do we have any real-world examples? Like, how has this actually worked for businesses?
We do. Adway Creative, the agency we mentioned, they have a great case study with a business called Park and Fly Sofia Airport Parking.
Okay, airport parking. What did they achieve?
Through really smart Google Ads management, detailed keyword work, optimizing their Google business profile too, the results were, well, pretty striking.
Give us the highlights.
Okay, so they brought in over 100,000 new users via their digital marketing. They generated over 17,000 direct conversions just from the PPC ads.
Wow, 17,000.
Yeah. Plus, they saw a huge jump, 316.5% increase in people interacting with their Google business profile. And their visibility in Google search results, up over 540%.
500%. That's massive visibility.
It is. And on top of that, they got a strong returning user rate, nearly 41%, which shows people were engaged and coming back.
Those are seriously impressive numbers. Really shows what a focused strategy can do. And this isn't just about Google Ads in a silo, is it? I think I saw something about using other platforms too.
That's a great point. While Park and Fly was mainly Google Ads focused, Adway Creative also talks about the power of combining Google ads with, say, Facebook ads.
Ah, the cross-platform approach.
Exactly. They've worked with clients like Miriam Swimwear USA and Malivi Tennis Club, where Facebook ads were a big part. But the key insight is how running ads on Meta platforms can actually boost your Google Ads results.
How does that work?
Well, industry data suggests that combining Meta ads with Google ads can increase the number of people searching for your brand name on Google by up to 34%.
Oh, interesting. So seeing an ad on Facebook makes them search later on Google.
Pretty much. Or it just increases overall brand awareness. And that combined approach tends to improve the overall campaign ROI significantly.
It makes sense, right? Someone sees your brand on Instagram, maybe later they need your product or service, they search on Google.
And boom, your ad is there because they recognize the brand. It covers more bases in the customer journey.
Precisely. You stay top of mind, visible at different points, maximizes reach, maximizes conversions.
Okay, so for someone listening now, maybe they're, pulling their hair out over their current Google ads, or they just don't have the hours or the deep knowledge. What should they really be thinking about when considering an agency?
I think the first step is just recognizing what an experienced agency brings to the table. That specialized knowledge, the advanced tools and resources, the strategic thinking, it often leads to just plain better results than trying to juggle it all yourself.
And the time saved. Can't forget that. Absolutely critical. Think about getting all those hours back. And also, think about having a team whose whole job is to understand your business goals and build campaigns specifically to hit those targets.
It's not just setting up some keywords and walking away, is it?
Yeah.
Good agencies do a lot more.
Oh, definitely. A comprehensive service, like what Adway Creative offers, covers the whole spectrum. Deep keyword research, writing effective ad copy that actually connects with people, smart bid strategies, proper conversion tracking, which is crucial for knowing what's really working, and then constant analysis and tweaking to keep improving.
So if someone is thinking, okay, maybe I do need an agency, what should they look for? What makes a good agency partner?
Transparency is huge. You need clear reports you can actually understand. Open communication about strategy, about results. That's number one.
Makes sense.
Also, look for an agency that genuinely tries to understand your business, your market, your specific challenges, and of course, a proven track record. Ask for case studies, testimonials, see proof they deliver results, specifically strong ROI on Google Ads.
So proof they can walk the walk.
Exactly. And make sure they offer the full range of services from strategy right through to ongoing optimization, and that their team is, certified and constantly learning, because Google never stops changing.
Right. Okay, so pulling this all together, it really sounds like in 2025, having a professional Google Ads agency isn't just a nice to have anymore.
Yeah.
It's becoming fundamental for businesses serious about growth through online ads.
That's absolutely the key takeaway, I think. You get the focused expertise, the tech advantage, and the dedicated effort needed to cut through the complexity and get real, measurable results that actually impact the bottom line.
So if someone's listening and thinking, yeah, my Google Ads could be doing way better, or maybe they're just starting out and want to do it right from the beginning, what's the next step?
Well, I'd seriously encourage them to look into partnering with a reputable, results-focused agency, someone like Adway Creative, for instance. They're award-winning. They demonstrably know their stuff across different Google Ads campaigns, search, shopping, integrated strategies.
And they focus on data.
Totally data-driven. Their whole approach is about using data for ongoing optimization. That can truly transform your advertising results.
So if you are ready to see what your business can really achieve with expertly managed Google Ads, the advice is clear. Reach out. Connect with a team of specialists like the consultants at Adway Creative. See how a top agency can really elevate your advertising game and drive that growth.
Definitely worth exploring.
Great stuff. Thanks for breaking all that down today. Okay, everyone, thanks for taking this deep dive with us. Now, just take a moment. Envision your business hitting those ambitious goals, powered by really effective Google Ads.